So a few years ago, I just remember this so distinctly. We had just gotten done with a Christmas celebration and gift exchange, and it was like, as soon as we got back in the car, I shut the door and I turned to Tom and I was like, oh my goodness, did you see what they got me for a gift? It was like a jar candle. It was like they said, hey, what's the most thoughtless gift we can give Dawn? Hey, yeah, let's get her this. And I'm like telling this to him, and then I like turn back and I'm like disgusted with myself because I'm like, what is wrong with me? It's Christmas, like what am I doing? And I realized it was that I had put a lot of thought and even extra money. I went over budget a little bit on the person I was giving the gift to, and it felt like they in exchange put no thought into my gift, and so it was really frustrating. And then I felt further frustrated that I didn't even want to do the gift exchange in the first place, and why did I agree to it and go along with it, and why didn't I just stick to my guns and say, no, I don't want to do this gift exchange. And then I felt further guilty that this is not what Christmas is all about, and what are we doing? This really isn't the spirit of the season, and that colored the time that we had together. Even if I got a gift that I thought was a little bit lame, I still should have been able to focus on just the time that we got to spend with our friends and family and, you know, enjoy that time together. But instead, I was so frustrated by the lack of thought that went into the gift I got. And so I think most of us can relate to this, and this has been coming up so frequently lately of, I'd like to simplify gifts, but I know my mother-in-law won't agree. I would like to simplify gifts, but my sister won't agree, or my kids, or my spouse. I was at the dentist the other day, and my dentist and the hygienist were going back and forth, and he was like, Sue, we're in our 50s, and we're still doing a gift exchange. We just buy anything that we want. Why are we doing this? And so I was like, oh wow, we really aren't alone. And so today I just want to take a few minutes over a cup of coffee, chat with you like a friend, because I care about you and I want you to have a really great Christmas, whatever that looks like for you. And so what I want to suggest today as a friend is that if we don't have these conversations though, and we just keep going along with these gift exchanges or different traditions that we don't agree with, we're actually betraying ourselves and we're not being true to ourselves. We don't want to be selfish. I'm a people pleaser through and through. I always want people to be happy with me and for things just to be smooth, right? I don't want to unnecessarily bring on conflict for our family, right? I think probably most of us are that way. But if we just keep going along with this, we're not being true to ourselves and our beliefs, and we're continuing to set ourselves up to be frustrated and to feel resentful towards the people that we're supposed to care about the most, right? Our friends and our family. And so I know that these conversations aren't always easy to have. I think people sometimes think like, oh, you just have these really understanding, level-headed, you know, everyone in your family is really reasonable, and so you just said we didn't want to exchange gifts, and then they all went along with it. And that was not actually the case. I have wonderful friends and family, but that is not the case. I have people in our family that their language is gifts, like my sister and my dad. And so for quite a while, I still went along with the exchanges because I knew that it was important to them. But what I'm realizing is that no material gift makes anybody happy. It can speak a love language, but it doesn't have to be a $50 gift or a $100 gift. It could be a $1 gift. It's more that they're being thought of with some kind of physical action. I could bring a favorite food, or even just write out a card or a can of Diet Coke. I mean, it doesn't have to be something big even to honor a gifts person. And I've heard these excuses, right? Like I've heard you say, oh, but I have people in my family that just love gifts, and I understand that. But we can still recognize the person without it having to be a gigantic gift exchange and a full-blown gift exchange. And so I really want to encourage you today to step outside of your comfort zone. And if there are gift exchanges or different traditions around your Christmas that you don't agree with anymore, that you would step up and say something and be true to yourself, so that after Christmas, even if it doesn't change 100%, I would say it took at least a few years until we actually, you know, got Christmas to be how it was that we were hoping it to be, and we've still had to, you know, bring it up from time to time since then. But I think it is worth having the conversations, because I had people in my family too who I didn't think they would come around to it. I didn't think they would agree with it. And there's been times where I've sent, you know, a really tactful email, and they reply and they're like, I think that's a great idea. And I'm like, what? Like, Was it really just that easy? I had built it up in my head that this was gonna be really hard, you know? And of course, the other side might happen too, where they get frustrated or they talk to somebody else about it, and why does Dawn wanna not have gifts? Do they not have any money, or is she so selfish now that she's a minimalist that she can't buy anyone else a gift or think about anyone else but herself? Or, you know, we build it up in our heads. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But for me to be able to live with myself during the holiday season and after, this was what I needed to do, and I'm really glad that I did, because our holidays have changed quite a bit and it's been really awesome. And so I have some blog posts and videos about exactly what you can say, the different reasons you can give if you're wanting to cut out gifts, so I will link to those down below. I have lots of Christmas resources. We are just getting started with Christmas, but I really want to encourage you to, I don't know, stand up for yourself. Is that what it is? Be true to yourself. Have the courage to say something, because probably other people want some of these exchanges to go away too. Be responsible with your finances. If we're spending money that we don't have, it's not right for us to be buying gifts for other people. It's just, that should bother us more than somebody's concern about us not being in a gift exchange. And also recognizing that, you know, there was gift exchanges where Tom and I opted out, but then other people still did it. So we didn't wreck their Christmas, we just didn't participate. So that was fine too. And so it doesn't always have to be all or nothing. There's no cut and dry answers, but if we do what is best for us and our family, I think we're gonna be able to sleep a little bit better at night. So that is my encouragement too, whether it's saying no to gift exchanges or get-togethers. Just saying, you know what, I want to enjoy this upcoming season. It is the shortest that it ever is, because Thanksgiving is so late this year, and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be stressed out over buying gifts. And so each year I want our Christmas season to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And I can't do that if I continue to say yes to make everybody else happy and not do the things that I believe are the most important this time of year too. So do you want to be really helpful? If you have talked to your friends and family and you have opted out of gift exchanges or found other ways to celebrate together, would you share that down below? Because I think it can be so encouraging to hear some friends say, yeah, I didn't think my mother-in-law would agree with this, I didn't think my mom would agree with this, but I talked to them, we're doing this instead, or we're scaling it back this way. I think it could be really helpful for us all to hear some of those stories, because I know this isn't easy and we always fear the worst. So, but I believe in you. I believe you can do it, and we will definitely keep talking about Christmas and how we get gifts for our kids as Christmas, what Santa does and doesn't do at our house, and so we will definitely keep talking about that. But I love you. A thumbs up is always appreciated. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll visit again soon.